Coast to coast, gas prices have crossed the $4 mark during the last 3 weeks, and although there was a slight dip in the price, it's still time to go easy on the pedal. Experts believe several factors for the inflation, especially the unrest in the Middle East.
Well, the fuel price hike has certainly affected my budget. Thankfully, Steubenville is a small town, and so you don't need to drive long distances. But I think the immediate reason is the crisis in Libya, which has reduced the supply of global oil. But I think this also is a result of some very poor planning, because with the growth, with economic growth in India, in China, in Brazil, in other Latin American countries, these countries are also using oil from the same pool that came from the Arab world and Venezuela, which has put a lot of pressure on supply, leading to a hike in fuel prices. So the only solution is to start drilling here in America, and there is a lot of oil. Exploration has showed that there's a lot of oil underneath our feet on mainland United States and Alaska, and I think the government needs to show some courage and go ahead and start drilling for oil here. I think that is what will also boost the US economy and create more jobs.
It's been a big fluctuation. Normally it'll jump up 20 cents. A couple days later it might drop a penny or two. Actually, I've dropped the price twice today by 2 cents at each time. But normally when it goes up big time. At least 20-21 cents. It's when most people would come in with $40 and that'd fill them up, they're coming in with $5-10 because they just because of the price being so much. So people is not getting as much gas at a time. It's not good for a small business owner, that's for sure.
Basically, the fuel prices are determined by supply and demand, and as the economy has recovered, not only the U.S. economy, but economies around the world have recovered from a pretty deep recession. The demand has increased, and that's bid up the prices. Also, at the same time, the supplies really haven't caught up with the demand, and so what you get is an increase in the price. So as economies grow, they tend to need fuel, and that demand is rising, although we recently hit sort of a psychological barrier of $4 a gallon in gasoline, and so people are starting to cut back on their consumption. That has caused the price of oil just today to pull back. I think we could reduce the probability of disasters by making the insurance companies buy insurance against future disasters. That is, they would have to pay the cost of any environmental damage that is done. Of course, they've already done a lot of that, but knowing that they would face that liability would give them a greater incentive to make sure that they are drilling safely and that no leaks could take place.